Okay, so good evening everyone. Our topic for this we're gonna summary the chapter 12 of this CNNA1 networking one. So for the summary of this chapter is all about it is the LAN concepts, and in the LAN concept it deals with the wireless or the LAN, LAN, wireless local area network. A wireless local area network is a type of a wireless network that is commonly used in homes, office, and campuses environments. Wireless networks are based on IEEE standards and can be classified into four main types: wide, wideband, WLAN, WMAN, and WWAN. W1, sorry. Wireless LAN technology is used to unlicensed radio spectrums to send and receive data. Examples of this technology are Bluetooth, WiMAX, cellular broadband, and satellite broadband. The IEEE 832.11 LAN standard defines how radio frequency are used for wireless links. LAN networks operate in the 2.0 GHz frequency band and the 5 GHz band. Standard ensure interoperability between devices that are made by different manufacturers. Internationally, the three organizations influencing LAN standards are the ITUR, the IEEE, and the Wi-Fi Alliance. And that's it. So it deals about so it deals on the wireless. On it is those wireless we are very familiar on wireless. Wireless are those things are, for example, wireless router. It is we use in office and our homes for our internet connections. Next one is to communicate wirelessly. Most devices include integrated wireless NICs that incorporate a radio transmitted receiver. The router serves as an access point, a switch, and a router. Wireless clients use their wireless NIC to discover nearby APs advertising their SSID. Clients then attempt to associate and authenticate with an AP. After being authenticated, wireless users have access to the network resources. APs can be categorized as either autonomous APs or controller-based APs. There are three types of antennas for business class APs. There are omnidirectional, directional, and MIMO. This 802.11 standard identifies two main wireless topology modes: the AT hoc mode and the infrastructure mode. Tethering is used to provide quick wireless access. Infrastructure mode defines has two topology building blocks: a basic service set BSS and extended services ESS. All 802.11 wireless frame contain the following fields: frame control, duration, address 1, address to address 3, sequence control, address 4, payload, and FCS. LANs uses CSM-CA as the method of determining how, when to send data on the network. Part of the 802.11 process is discovering a LAN and subsequently. There is a thing called CAPWAP is an IEEE standard protocol that enables a WLC to manage multiple ASPs and LANs. The CAPWAP split MAC concept those of the functions normally performed by individual APs and distributes them between two functional components: AP MAC functions and WLC MAC functions. TTLS is a protocol which provides security between the AP and the WLC. FlexConnect is a wireless solution for branch office and remote office deployment. So it is most usually used in offices. You configure and control access points in branch of office from the corporate and through a one link. Without deploying a controller in one office, there are two modes of operation of the FlexConnect: AP connected and standalone. Wireless LAN have transmitters and receivers tuned to specific frequencies of radio waves to communicate. Frequencies are allocated as ranges. Ranges are then split into smaller ranges called channels: DDD, the triple S, FHSS, and OFDM. This 802.11b-g-n standards operates in the 2.2 GHz, 2.4 GHz, and 2.5 GHz spectrum. The 2.4 GHz band is subdivided to multiple channels. Each channel is allotted 22 MHz bandwidth and separated from the next channel by 5 MHz. When planning the allocation of APs, the approximate approximate circular coverage area is important. So, you know, the circular area should always be there, or should always be so important by it. And to keep wireless intruders and protect data, two early security features are still available, and most routers are APSI decloaking and MAC address filtering. There are four shared key authentication techniques available: the web, the WPA, the WPA2, WPA3. Devices with WPA3 are really not yet readily available. So if it is not readily available, it means it is still on the process of doing it, or updating or enhancing those devices. Home routers typically have two choices for authentication: WP and WPA2. WPA2 is the stronger of the two. The encryption is used to protect data. The WP and WP standards are the following encryption protocols. So when I recall when I'm using my cell phone as a personal hotspot for my classmate or for someone who wants to connect for me because he or she are rules of the internet and she doesn't have any data, so I will open my personal hotspot for him to connect. There's a WP and WPA2. WPA2 for, as far as I remember, it is the thing that you will put a password so that the one who is only knowing your password will the only one who can connect on your device, or the one who is being registered on your device or who gets your password is the one who can only connected on your hotspot. That's I remember. For efficient protocols, the TKIP and the AES in networks that have stricter security requirements, an additional authentication or login is required to grant wireless clients access. I remember in this kind of wireless access is in the SM or the SM super malls, SM free Wi-Fi. Before you can connect, there is a thing that we will say there that sign into network. It is important to it is for me at first I am so confused on how can I use it. Why do I need to sign in? It's really a Wi-Fi. How can I sign in if I don't have any connection? It is there. It is there that you know that you can connect, but you need first to sign in. There's a connection, even though you think that there's none. There's a connection within it. And after you and sometimes there are knowing they want to know your number for configuration that you're the one that that is really you who want to use that device, or really who wants to connect with the internet. Sometimes they will get your email address, and then also sometimes they will just sign into the network and it will click their continue for you to connect in the network. So I hope that this summary of the whole chapter 12 will serve as a great help for you to be more known about those wireless things that we have in this that we have today, because there is always change. The only thing that is permanent in this world is change. And we all before we have wired, then it's upgradable to wireless. We will never know. We cannot predict what will happen in the near future, and how the technology will work, and how technology will enhance the way we live in this world. The only thing that we will do is just go on how technology works. Just go on how, if you think that it's good for you to go with, just go with it. And if you think it is bad, don't do it. And with the use of this chapter 12, by the use of reading, by means of reading this chapter 12, you can merely understand, you can deeply understand how this wireless connection goes, on what are those devices that has that wireless, wireless antenna, but you can see that antenna because it is really embedded inside your device. And you can also know those devices that maybe you haven't and you didn't know how to use those features. You can know it in this chapter. And thank you for listening in my simple summary of chapter 12. I hope that you learned something. Thank you so much and good night. That's what's all, and good night. And thank you. Okay, so I'm back. It's still part of the chapter 12 summary. I'm sorry that I've always said goodbye right a while ago, but I just want to tell you that I've learned something so much in this chapter, because I am a fan of using Bluetooth just to know those simple things that we have on your devices that you think that how does it, I know that you know how to use it, but you didn't know, you maybe not know that is part of the wireless thing that I'm talking about, those Bluetooth, those walkie-talkies that we have in this. They're part of the wireless devices or wireless things that we are using right now in Bluetooth. There is said that you can connect. It is a part in this chapter that the Bluetooth is one of the part of the peer-to-peer. What means by peer-to-peer is this, or one-on-one. You can connect to two types of Bluetooth devices. You can connect on only one and you can pass on only one. You can receive it only one in one moment. But after that device that passes on you and then you disconnect from each other, you can already connect to other. But what I mean is it only a one by one or one-on-one transaction between that Bluetooth devices. And also, but different from the walkie-talkies because walkie-talkies interconnected to each other as far as I know, because in our school in Barangay State University, there are security guards, and those security guards are using walkie-talkies for them to communicate easily to their fellow men, for their fellow security guards, and in that walkie-talkies, you can hear those, you can hear those conversation that you didn't expect it to hear with, and that is the power of that wireless thing that you can communicate even you are far from each other, and that is the means of doing that wireless to make the life easiest as it can be, because life is very hard. Let's accept the fact that life is very hard, and the use of this kind of wireless things and the internet, it brings our life more easy and happy. And thank you again for listening in this chapter. I hope that you've learned really something in this chapter and it may help you for your prior knowledge in your networking. And I hope that this serves as a enhancing part for you to be more interested on what the network and how does the network deals in the whole in our world and fortunately in us personally. Thank you and goodbye.